Today we will have an introduction of the subject environmental studies. It is also known as environmental sciences. Now, as you know, this is a very basic subject. You must have studied environmental sciences or environmental studies in school days. Now, you must be wondering why this has come up again at university level. The reason is that it is the condition of the environment has degraded over the last decade. So, in order to preserve the environment, the individuals, the common masses need to be aware of the concept of EVS and its related aspects. So, in order to make the common masses, particularly the young generation, aware of the environment and its related aspects, challenges, issues, this is there in the syllabus. So, with this objective that the awareness can be increased about the subject, it is there at university level. So, it is a basic subject. So, we will start with the introduction to the syllabus. Now, Unit 1, it has 7 units in total. Now, Unit 1 deals with the meaning and definition of environment. Now, as we said, the subject is environmental sciences or environmental studies. So, that simply means that EVS or environmental sciences is the study of our environment. Now, what is environment? You should know what is environment. The general meaning of environment is surroundings. We refer to our surroundings as our environment. So, when we talk of EVS, it is the study of our natural surroundings. So, we will understand the concept of environment, the definition. As said, it includes our natural surroundings. The scope of EVS. Now, scope means how is it useful? How is it going to benefit us? What are the application areas? So, we'll understand the scope of EVS and its importance, how it is going to benefit you and me, the common masses, and some environmental institutions. Now, if you read any daily paper, newspaper, you must have gone through any article relating to environment. So, the thing is that we have degraded our environment, and now we are facing some critical issues concerning our environment. Some challenges are there that we are facing today, like global warming, air pollution, etc., etc. So, some environmental institutions are working in our country in order to conserve or preserve the environment. So, many institutions are there like NGT, National Green Tribunal. It is an apex body that hears cases relating to environment. Then CSIR, etc., etc. So, many FRI, many institutions are there working for the sake of environment. So, we will understand the role of these institutions. So, Unit 1 covers the general introduction to environment. Now, we move on to Unit 2. Now, Unit 2 deals with natural resources. Now, what is a natural resource? Natural resource refers to any asset or any bounty provided by nature to us. So, there are plenty of natural resources that are there, like forest. The very first is forest resources. Forests are very useful for mankind. They provide a number of products to us. They also provide a number of services. We need fresh air to breathe. So, they provide us oxygen, and there are many other roles that forest resources play. So, we will understand how forests are important and what challenges are we facing today. It's like deforestation. Now, deforestation is the cutting down of trees or clearing of forest area on a large scale, and it is happening all around the world for one or the other reason. So, we will understand the causes of deforestation. So, many causes are there. sometimes forest fires, sometimes some other logging, etc., etc. So we will understand the major causes behind deforestation and effects, and also what can be done to reverse it or overcome it. Now another important resource provided by nature is water. As you know, water is essential for life. So we will understand how water is useful to us and what are the sources of water. Then again, there are some challenges concerning water in today's context, like water pollution. We are facing water pollution. Then there is a scarcity of water, due to mismatch of demand and supply, etc., etc. So these are the issues that we are facing today. So we will understand these issues and what can be done to overcome these challenges. So that was another important resource. Now land is also an important resource. We will understand how is it useful to mankind. Then again, there are certain issues concerning land, like land degradation. Now what land degradation, that means the land is losing its capacity to produce. What are the causes behind it, what are the effects, and what can be done to reverse it. And another important resource covering unit 2 is energy resources. We will understand what are the main sources of energy. Now the energy resources have been divided into two, that is renewable versus non-renewable energy sources. So we will understand the concept of renewable and non-renewable energy sources. So these are some of the natural resources that cover unit 2. Now we move to unit 3. Now unit 3 deals with ecosystem. Now what is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is a community. It is an ecological community consisting of the living component as well as the physical component. So we will understand what is an ecosystem, what is its structure or components. As said, it has the living component and it has the physical component. Like, now what is physical component? Air, rocks, soil, etc. This is the physical component. So we will understand the structure or components of an ecosystem and types of ecosystems. Now there are various examples of ecosystems, like forest. Forest is a resource in itself and it is also an ecosystem in itself. So we will understand forest as an ecosystem. There are different kinds of forests all around the world, like the tropical rainforests, the deciduous forests, etc., etc. So we will understand the various types of ecosystems like forest. Then there is grassland. Grassland is also an ecosystem in itself. We will understand what are grasslands. Then desert is an ecosystem in itself. We will understand desert, its particular flora and fauna. Then there are aquatic ecosystems also. Now aquatic ecosystems are ecosystems concerning water or water bodies, like lake. It could be any water body like lake, oceans, seas, even a pond, river, streams. These are aquatic ecosystems, that means relating to water. We will understand these ecosystems also. Now functions performed in an ecosystem. There are various functions that are performed within an ecosystem, like oxygen cycle operates, then the water cycle operates, etc., etc., nitrogen cycle, etc., etc. So we will understand the major functions that are performed within an ecosystem. So that is an important unit, unit 3. Now we move to unit 4. Now unit 4 contains the topic biodiversity. We will understand what is biodiversity. The term bio refers to life and diversity means variety. So we see various forms of life around us. So that is biodiversity. So flora and fauna, all the varieties of flora and fauna that you see around. Then we will understand the levels of biodiversity. Biodiversity exists at 3 levels: genetic, species and ecosystem diversity. We will understand the uses or value of biodiversity. The biodiversity of the planet is very useful to mankind. So we will understand how is it is useful for us. Then hotspots of biodiversity. Now this term hotspots refers to some areas which are rich in biodiversity, and also these areas are rich At the same time, they are facing threats relating to biodiversity. So these are hotspots of biodiversity. All around the world, there are various hotspots. Then threats. The biodiversity of the planet is under constant threat due to poaching, that is illegal hunting, due to smuggling of certain species, their trade and commerce. So that is then loss of their natural habitats, that is forests, etc., etc. So we will understand what are the threats to biodiversity and how the biodiversity of the planet can be preserved. So conservation of biodiversity, we will focus on two methods particularly, that is in situ conservation and ex situ conservation. So that was unit 4. Now we come to unit 5. Unit 5 contains the general topic pollution. As said, in today's context, pollution is a crisis that we are facing. It is one of the environmental challenges. We will understand its meaning and types of pollution. There are various types of pollution like air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution. So we will understand the meaning, the concept of these, and also the causes of air, water and noise pollution, the effects that they are producing, and what can be done to overcome these problems. Now another topic containing unit 5 is solid waste management. We will understand the concept of solid waste, its types or sources from where it is generated, the effects that it produces, and how we can ideally manage the solid waste. So that was unit 5. Now we move to unit 6. Again, it contains some environmental laws. Now the government has enacted various laws from time to time for the preservation of environment. Some of these laws that are there in your curriculum, these include the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981, the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, the Forest Conservation Act 1980, the Environment Protection Act 1986. These are some of the acts that we will study, and also it contains some important other topics like global warming. Now we will understand what is global warming and climate change, its causes, effects and measures to reduce it, and also the concept of sustainable development. Now we move to the last unit, that is unit 7, which contains some general topics like population growth, its causes, effects and measures to overcome it, natural disasters, their types, and some environmental movements like the Chipko Andolan, etc., etc. And we will understand the concept of women and child welfare. So that was your entire syllabus. Thank you.